Hello and welcome to the Noobtoob E3 presentation discussion. My name is Locke and I'm joined by top-notch analyst Sunflower. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Sunflower. Nice to meet you all.
We're going to be talking about the Sony press conference that happened today, Monday in the evening. And yeah, we're going to just start it right off with the elephant in the room that Sony addressed, sending out Jack Tretton to apologize on behalf of Sony about their PSN outage.
A wise choice. They really did have to mention it, or else they would have just been abused.
It would have been kind of
9 ways to Sunday.
Yeah, it would have been. I don't know what they would have done. I think they handled it properly. They didn't have any Kevin Butler. They didn't make any. They poked a little bit of fun by saying it was a great time for the media and the reporters and that sort of thing. But I think they did it quite well, and it was quite classy. And Jack Tretton's a stand-up guy, so it was great to hear it and see it coming from him. After that,
that's not what we were here for. We were here for the game.
We're here for the games. In the first game, they trotted out their golden pony from their golden boy, Nathan Drake. Uncharted 3. More Uncharted. It's in the desert. It's everywhere. Looks great. It's not doing that much different. Again, finishing off the trilogy. I don't really know.
Well, it's bringing a co-op campaign or just certain levels?
No, I don't know exactly, but I think people wanted a full co-op campaign from playing Uncharted 2, and I think they're doing that. But again, Uncharted is a great series, but it's not doing anything revolutionary this time around. Really, they did a funny promotion with Subway in that you can get into the multiplayer part of the game early if you order a Nathan Drake footlong or something from Subway. It was a weird promotion.
I'll try it. Fuck it.
Yeah, whatever. If one meatball
as long
sub,
as the Nathan Drake footlong is not loaded with shit I don't like.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like the rest of the Uncharted games. Oh, I did not say
you
that.
did that right there.
Speaking of other games I've not been a big fan of, there's a sequel to Resistance coming out.
A trequel. Resistance 3, noted for its best cover art ever. That's happening.
It is pretty sweet cover art.
It's great, minimalist. Resistance 3, what do we have to say about Resistance? I don't know. Aliens, Chimera, they described it as humans are on the brink of extinction and they have to fight their way back to glory.
But how did it look?
It looked actually really good. I thought Resistance...
It's really polished, no?
I think, coming from Resistance 1, which I thought was terrible, Resistance 2, okay, but didn't look that great. Kind of reminded me of Time Splitters. But
one of their big problems was that they always seemed to put Resistance up against Gears, and it was just really no contest there. And now, if they're going out on their own and they're not worried about competition, they can finally make a game and just focus on their strengths.
Yeah, it looks... from everything to the lighting to just the smooth gameplay and definitely the scale of it. The scale is something I noticed. Just huge Chimera ships and walkers, and it was something to be seen. So I thought that Resistance 3 was definitely a high point for that series, and we'll see what happens with that.
And then from the highs, we went to the lows.
Straight to the "can we sell you something" pitch. What did they give us?
No, they cannot. They cannot sell me 3D. They cannot sell me the goddamn glasses.
But they're forcing it right down your throat.
They are, because they brought out Kobe Bryant, and it's time to talk about NBA 2K12 with their special move.
Right. So now you can play basketball, and it's more accessible than ever with NBA 2K12's move controls. So they marched out Kobe.
I'd love to make a Kobe joke, but I don't have the energy. I'd have to think about it for a minute. You can follow people on cheat on your wife and buy rings with a move control. There you go.
You could tell that Kobe was struggling with the controls, and I would too. I think anyone would, because you have to select the player from the 10 players on the... What do they play on, a field? Court.
They play on a court. You play play basketball.
I'm being facetious. But no, it was tough.
Basketball field.
But it just seems to me, it goes back to the sports thing, and how can you just limit it down to 2 buttons? Saying, okay, pass, shoot.
Hey man, double dribble did it. back in the Nintendo.
Fair enough. But I don't know. Move controls of sports games.
And nowadays, I play sports games with only 2 buttons because I'm like, steal, that never works. I just get penalties.
After Kobe, we have, just in case you forgot, out tomorrow is Infamous 2. So they showed that.
I don't know what to think that on their press conference they're hyping up a game that's like done.
Because they don't really have that much, to be honest with you.
They did have one game that people have been clamoring for, this big sequel to Warhawk. They want Starhawk. I've never noticed the love. I've never really felt it. I've tried Warhawk. I call it affectionately Shithawk because I can't stand it. But a lot of people love the damn game.
From knowing what I know about Warhawk, I didn't play all that much because I got my PlayStation 3 late. Warhawk seems, again, just release game, launch game, whatever. Starhawk actually looks pretty sweet. It looked, there was one time where a guy flew in from the atmosphere, came in to the ground from his fighter plane, transformed into a mech, started mowing down guys. I thought it was a really, really good trailer. So check that out because definitely much better looking than
Shithawk.
Warhawk. Whatever that game was. Another game that I thought was really cool, Dust 514, which is a PlayStation exclusive, which I'm very surprised about. And that is the game that is going to be integrated with EVE Online. So,
I am totally in. I love EVE Online so very much.
I also love the idea of EVE Online. I don't love the game as much as you do, but I do like the idea of them taking a risk and integrating this platform. It's a shooter. Integrating the shooter into this MMO thing, and what you do in one game affects the other and vice versa. I think that is a novel idea, and I'm really excited to see what they can do with that. I'm starting to wrangle up troops where I want to get a squadron of people where we can go blow up a factory that causes some sort of economy or stock market crash in EVE Online, and just a total butterfly effect. That's what.
And people talk about the scheming that goes on EVE Online.
Yeah,
it is crazy. It's absolutely nuts.
And now you can do that on the ground level.
People are going to get recruited to ruin people's
they're going to hire us. They're going to hire us bandits. We're the wet bandits.
The wet bandits. Perfect. So I am 100% in for Dust.
Just because they're doing something crazy and new. So, I'm totally looking forward to that. Awesome. And then something unexpected. Mr. Ken Levine marched on stage.
Unexpected, but he's got BioShock Infinite coming out in a year and a half.
He does, but why did he do it with PlayStation? Oh, that's right. PlayStation Move integration. Awesome.
3D also?
No, he didn't have 3D goggles on.
Oh, I could have sworn that everyone
else might have. But no, Levine came in and had this big speech about how he didn't want, he wasn't a believer in motion controls, and then how he played it with, Sony called him up, said, hey, try this with BioShock, and now he's sold on it. So,
sold out, more like
sold out. I want to know how much money they paid him to get that, but who knows?
What is his honor worth?
I don't know. He's Jewish, so a couple dollars.
What are you trying to say? Nah. That is horrible. Okay. We should move on. BioShock Infinite, very pretty game.
Very pretty. I don't know. We're going to play it with a controller, so whatever. PlayStation Suite.
What is the PlayStation Suite?
I don't know. It's some sort of connecting cloud sort of thing going on. I wasn't really paying attention to that part, to be honest.
But hey, what's next? The PS Vita?
Well, I thought this was the NGP.
It is, but they wanted to name it after it's a BioShock tie-in, right?
Right. So yeah, it's the Vita, PlayStation Vita chamber. That's where you dock your Vita to your PS3 in the chamber.
Yeah. It comes with vitamins
and a Vita mixer. So no, the PS Vita was announced or revealed. That's the name of the successor to the PlayStation Portable.
Horrible name.
It again, everyone knows about it. We just needed a name, so now we have it. And they showed off a couple games. They showed off Uncharted: Golden Abyss.
That's what I call my toilet after I pee.
The Golden Abyss.
The Golden Abyss. It goes down.
What came with that? It looks great, of course. Looks like Uncharted 1, as good as Uncharted 1 did, if not better. Touch controls, which I thought was kind of forced on the NGP. You have the touch screen on the front, and what they would do is if you were sneaking around, you could touch the guy, and it would do a stealth kill. So instead of pressing a button, and as well as kind of different combat things, you could press the screen.
Well, keep in mind, the first Uncharted game had that horrible 6-axis implementation it used twice.
With the grenades and that sort of thing. Yeah.
That and balance on the log. You'll only see 2 logs in the whole game, but you got to balance.
So they took all of that and moved it just to touch controls. So I don't know. They didn't show off anything with the back touch screen. They said they didn't have time and they had to you had to go visit their booth at E3. So their touchscreen stuff is still there, but they didn't say anything about it. Next, we have something that actually caught my eye, and I think a lot of people's eyes, was Ruin, which is a dungeon crawler loot fest game. Looks very similar to Diablo and Torchlight. And
Darkspore.
And Darkspore, exactly.
Best loot game out currently.
It looked really good, which is awesome. Of course, on your new platform, you want stuff that looks great. But the one thing that I got super stoked about was the cloud saves. You're playing on the bus, you're playing at work, wherever. You play. You have to stop. It saves your guy and where you are. And as soon as you get home, you can go on your PS3. Your save is right there. You can play Ruin from wherever you stopped off. I think that is awesome for cloud gaming. That's exactly the right direction of where you need to go. So
yeah, and this should have been happening 7 years ago.
Exactly. The other funny thing they said about PS Vita is that it now has a party system and in-game chat sort of thing going on. So
imagine that.
Instead of the PS3 having that, the PS Vita has it. So weird. Mod Nation Racers, they had a really, really cool demo where you could edit tracks with your fingers. It looked very easy to use and a lot better than using a controller. So I'm all for that. I didn't play Mod Nation Racers, but I can
like it. But you never know what a sequel will do.
And of course, Sackboy was there. What do you think of that?
That's Sackboy. Hopefully the tutorials, the hundreds of tutorials it takes to get to create what you want, are easily skippable by touching it everywhere.
I think, again, akin to the Mod Nation Racers kind of track editing stuff in Little Big Planet with your fingers and having that on the go, in addition to being able to save to the cloud, I think that's really powerful and something that Little Big Planet Vita would really thrive with. You could be like, oh, save this level and go to it when you get home or something like that.
I wish you could put that on the cloud, then edit it on the PC. God, that would be nice.
Oh, that would be great. And same with going to littlebigplanet.me. Like, yeah, so close. And the last game they showed was Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Cool.
Also now included as an extra character is Cole from Infamous.
I think that's really stupid, but I'm a fighting game purist in a way. So
I think it's a little campy.
But on the other hand, it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt.
No, those
parts. Might as well throw it in there.
Sure. He has lightning and tornadoes and bullshit, but
so Sony had pretty much no surprises through their entire conference, except one thing. They were going to announce the price of the Vita.
And they left this till the end.
Wise choice, and because it's surprisingly affordable.
They stuck it right to Nintendo, and I'm proud to say that I actually called this number. They're selling it for $249 for the Wi-Fi model and $299 for the 3G model.
I do not recommend getting the 3G model. 3G is...
What are you going to play in your car? Like, when are you not around Wi-Fi?
I'm driving. I gotta drive.
I think it is a smart move. Being able to play off of the 3DS price.
Yeah, undercutting Nintendo is wise.
And I think they're going to move units with this, with the amount of technology and what they've shown.
Oh, the big one's tomorrow, Nintendo, and I can't wait to see what they've got.
All right. Well, I think that does it for the Noobtoob Sony press conference coverage. And thanks for joining me, Sonny, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Toodles.